Alright, welcome back everybody to the episode of City Skylines. So I think, well, I know what we're going to do in this episode. We're going to be doing the school. So if that's something you're not interested in, I'm sorry, but we have to get these done. Our high school isn't doing terrible. It's not doing great. Yeah, it could still do better. But if I remember right, our elementary school actually might be moved now. Yeah, it's doing pretty good now because, well, that's why the high school's doing better. Is because I place these around where I'm going to place these new campuses. So we're going to put a elementary school down here. Going to put a high school over here. And then what I was thinking is that, let me see here. So we have this one, no, that's high schools. High school, here we go. So what I was thinking, actually I didn't realize we had an elementary school up there, but that, all right. Is we have this high school right here. So I'm thinking is that we'll actually take this square out and we're actually going to put just a very simple community high school right here. It's not really going to have anything attached to it, like any baseball fields or anything like we've done before. It's going to be kind of like, I know in some cities they do some specialty programs and whatnot. So that's kind of they go to their main campus and then they go to that one for more of the specialty education. So that's kind of what I figure that one will be used for, and it's kind of it being a fairly good spot, kind of in the middle of the city. So, but that also provides us a little bit more in terms of education. Now, hospital I think was doing all right. I was thinking of building. I was thinking of building another hospital campus as well. I'm having a hard time trying to find places that work for this. So, what is? Oh, that's I thought we were still in the education for some reason. Like, what is that doing over there? But we've got clinics around here, and we can probably place down another one. This is going to become. I went ahead and put this right here, so it's going to attach off of here, and that'll be another main road. And then we got this one here that'll also be the main road, so that's why I'm figuring we'll put the high school or the elementary school. I was thinking maybe actually moving it up here because I was going to put it down here, but we may end up just putting it up here. I'm not sure yet. I don't want to get it too close to the high school if we can. I don't want it to be huge either, and I'm actually meant to place down all the other stuff that I wanted to put down with it, but I never did. But this one is that modular high school, and I think this is kind of the design we're going to go for. We're going to have two of these main buildings, and then we're going to have the gym, which I would say is this one here, and then I think we're going to end up putting two of these kindergartens on each side. So it'll kind of cap it off now. Actually, how is that going to look on this side? Actually, yeah, okay, if we get a road like that, then it'll work just fine. Because I kind of like the angle, and it kind of completes it and takes it and makes it look good. So let's actually go and move these across the road. I think we're going to end up putting it here anyways. Well, we really only need one of those, but that's all good. So we can get rid of all of these now. Yeah, I was just kind of going around, it's like we need to put some of the stuff down, and then I figure we'll just put it down so that way we can just copy and paste it over, and then we'll copy some of the stuff from the other ones. And this one's going to be a fairly basic high school. I was thinking of maybe taking out one more square just to give us some room, and I know it's next to railroad tracks, so we'll probably take care of that. But aside from that, yeah, we're just going to leave it alone. And yeah, so we still don't have really any oil fields coming up, which I kind of was expecting. I wanted to do it, but yeah, I wasn't really expecting a huge, huge thing to come about it. So, I guess that could become another. Well, it could become maybe just kind of a major road, but not really. It could just be basically a collector road for this neighborhood here, which actually kind of makes sense. So, and it works with this being here, so that's good. I was thinking, do we want this to face, how do we want this? Because I'm going to do them in a line like this. So I'm thinking actually bringing them off of this road and putting parking lots right up front, and then actually having those line the road, and then we'll put stuff in the back. I think that'll actually work pretty good. So wish me luck on this design, but it should be alright. I think we're going to do one ways. Yeah, I think we're going to do it one ways. I think it'll work out pretty good. So how close do we want to come? Do we want it to be like in the middle? I don't really want it to take up the whole plot of land. Yeah, because that's really quite a bit of space. So I'm thinking, let's go ahead and actually, let's do something like this. And then let's see what kind of parking lots we can fit in there. because we always gotta have parking, you know that. And I like using the actual parking lots instead of painting it down because it ends up looking better. Or at least the cars actually come into there and stuff. It's not all static and whatnot. That's one thing that does... Yeah, I thought that's what it was. That kind of bugs me about that. Because I like the look a little bit more, but again, never really... We don't really want that. That's going to be... Well... It's a fairly large elementary school. I think it's going to be over 1,000 students when we're all said and done. Let me see here real quick. So, yeah, just those two buildings alone. So, I think it's going to be one of our larger campuses. So, I guess we might as well. Right? Should we go for larger? We kind of split it up a little bit. We don't have to put them right next to each other. That wasn't even close. That was not even a parking lot at all. Complete wrong area. So, it was this one. So... Maybe not right on the edge. Well, we haven't really... Okay, so we're going to use these, but we haven't really placed this down yet and figured this out. Because that's actually going to be one of the problems. So we need to actually get the kindergarten down, but we need to get it turned the right way. And the way to turn it is going to be to actually do a... If I can find it. Here we go. What do we want to do here? Do we want to do something... Maybe just... What is that going to look like? I think it's maybe something just like that. I'm even thinking maybe just dirt. Let's see. Actually, I think just dirt. I think we're just going to do dirt. It doesn't have to be anything special. I think it's actually going to look pretty good like that. I could be wrong, though. I need to go back and fix up some of the other ones that we've done, too. That's the... Yeah, okay. And put fences around them and stuff. Get them all sorted out. So that'll go like that. And then we'll put two of these kind of attached to it, hopefully. How does that look? I think that actually looks pretty good. The window kind of goes into it, and you can kind of tell it does, but really I think that actually looks pretty good. And then this is the gym, right? Yeah, this is the gym. Okay. So if we had kind of attached that like so, that actually is meant to connect pretty well. Look at that. And what do we have in here? Oh, we just have some trash and stuff. That actually works out pretty well, and there's a door right there. Okay. Actually, I like the way that's looking. That is looking quite good. It'll look even better once this whole area is completed. We put some parking down, we put all the stuff in the back, we get a fence around it. It'll look pretty good, I think. Okay, so the next thing is going to be figuring out... Actually, no, this one works over here. Wow, we built that almost perfect. Look at that. But I'm thinking we will do dirt paths along both sides just to make it look a little bit more uniform. So we'll probably come like right there. I don't want to attach yet because that's not good enough. Let's grab the 2-lane. And then let's grab the dirt path again. Now we can delete that little bit we did there. And we can actually delete this as well. Because then we're just going to come straight down. And this is actually going to turn into a road instead of a dirt road. I just put a dirt road down to kind of mark everything out and show us where everything's going to go. So I think that looks pretty good already. I'll probably put some of the stuff down back here. I was thinking we'll probably do a baseball field on this one too, just to kind of break it up a little bit. But I'm thinking I'm going to come along back here and possibly put some concrete in a couple of these spots and then put some tables and whatnot out here. I think I can even put down basketball hoops and stuff, so I don't even have to put down the actual courts, which would be nice. Although I don't know if I can actually lay down the basketball court design. I don't know. Might have to do that off camera and see if I can do something like that. Alright, we don't really want a path going around the back here. Let's go figure out the parking lots before I forget. So let's bring them 2 away and then see what we can get away with. 1, 2. That actually would work perfect. Do we want that much parking though? Do we need that much parking? Or do we want to just kind of fill that middle bit in? That is quite a bit of parking. Let's do it for now since it works. But then we'll kind of might analyze it off screen and see, or you might even do it on screen. We'll see. Once we kind of get this area figured out. So I'm thinking. I think we have some. I'm gonna have to go and see what textures I have. Because I want to see if there's maybe like a surface painter where I can make a nice green. Maybe just an open field, but probably not. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do some basketball courts. So I'm thinking we'll have a fence that comes up around. And it's auto-saving right now, so it's gonna not allow me to do much. Let's just see here. So if we find our basketball courts, hopefully we can find them. There we are. How much space? They don't take up that much space. That's what I was kind of expecting. So let's go ahead and do 2 along here, and let's actually do 2 along this side as well. And we'll put them in the same exact spots, hopefully. Let's go and put a space between these here. And then let's actually do a diagonal like this. Do we want that just to connect into there? Yeah, let's do a diagonal like that. And we'll do a... No, we want to go into here. Let's do a large... That's a small. Let's do the large. What if we did like 2 of these next to each other? I think that would be too much. What if we did the small next to the large? Or even just did the small down over here. It's kind of like its own separate little thing in between. That looks alright. Those paths, though, those always get in my way. Those always mess up my flow here. I think we'll then bring this up. So it's not going to look great for now, but I'll come back and do the small details a little bit later. It's over off of this curve here. What do we all have over here? So we have the large playground. You can see I did the fence around here and stuff. We don't have a soccer field on this one, though. Interesting. The parking lots are not that filled up on that one, but that's a pretty small school. Well, we did it on this one. Also did the buses on this one. Oh yeah, that's right. We did the kindergarten and stuff too. All right, let's do a soccer field on this one. I'm thinking, yeah, I think we'll do the. Oh, okay. Fits like that. Actually, yes. Let's do that, and let's actually move this over 1 or 2 clicks, and let's actually remove this because, like I said, I actually want to put some baseball fields on this one. So let's actually bring this off at an angle. And let's go to our search and see if we can find our baseball fields. Yes, I want to use these. So if we put, oh, that overlaps just a little bit. Baseball field actually kind of fits in there, but I don't really want to do that. Is that alright to overlap, or is that trees and stuff? Actually, I think it works. Actually, I'm going to say that works. I'm going to leave that. Okay. So let's actually then I want to put 2 down. It's kind of a little extreme for this elementary school, but I also want this to kind of be like a little bit of a park for this area as well, so I figure it'll serve that purpose. And then what I'm thinking is that we'll come in here, or I'll come in here and put some concrete down, possibly some paths. I don't know if there's any doors out back here. Windows. Oh, there's some doors. So maybe where these doors are is where I could then put some pathing. Like there's no doors there. There's no doors there. No doors there. So mainly that one spot is where. And then I'm thinking I'll end up closing off the elementary or the kindergarten area a little bit more. And then that'll be good. So that'll take care of some of the elementary school demand. If we can get this stuff out of the way, we can finally start moving on with some of the stuff. I kind of feel like I want to put something in here, but I really don't know what I could be putting in there. We could extend this. If we do to over here, possibly. Just kind of like a direct path to there. And then this could just kind of That doesn't look very good, but I'm going to leave it for now. I'll come back and do the finishing touches a little bit later. But I kind of wanted this just to be a little bit of a park for this area as well. And we could probably still fit in this grid over here. So actually, that's actually pretty good. It's far enough off the road not to worry. So that we can bring the fence around and everything, and that will be pretty good. Let's just... I just like the look of this with, you know, being kind of a rural area. Well, it's... I guess not really rural, but it's an up-and-coming area. It looks pretty good like that. So yeah, so this can get you right straight onto the freeway coming down this road, which might be a mistake. We'll see. We've had experience with that before. What was it? This one over here? It was one of these. Actually, no. It was getting off. This one's on or off, so this might be a little bit more of a problem. All right. So if we do that, I wonder if we should put anything else. No, I think we'll end up bringing the fence down kind of at an angle, and then we can actually get some housing up around the backside of this here, and I think that'll actually look pretty authentic, pretty unique, so I think that's good. We just need to work on the high school now. The high school is going to be pretty basic. That's over here. It's definitely not... It's not going to be all out like we've done before with these huge campuses. These are this one here and that one in the suburb are definitely going to be our kind of big projects that we've done for now. And then these are going to be, you know, a little bit more of a regional campus, you know, kind of meant for more education and that and whatnot. And those are going to be for, you know, any other events and stuff that might be going on. I really like how this apartment complex turned out. I loaded in and it looks really good. This one, you know, it's alright. I think what I want to do with this is eventually just square it off. I like this loop, but one, it's a little off, and there's really nothing I can put around it. If we do a square, we can do something a little bit better. And I want to put some commercial along here, or maybe even residential. I'm not sure yet. Let's go work on this one up here. So I think we're going to remove this square up here. What I was thinking is maybe putting two of these down, or maybe this and one of those square buildings. I think that would actually look pretty good. The only thing is that's not really off a main road, so we need to be careful there. We could, you know, we could almost push it over to here off of this road here. So if we do a dirt path, and I kind of want this one to not be straight off from here, so maybe kind of curved up and over to this, something like that, and then it'll kind of kick off from there. So we could put the high school maybe in here. I think it might look better. Maybe put a park down here. So this might be a very, very upper type of neighborhood, whether it be upper middle class or just really upper class type of area from what everything they're going to have, because they're going to have this pretty good elementary school. They're going to have a semi-okay high school right over here, which actually that high school is getting pretty close to that one. I almost wonder if we should space that out a little bit better. If we can help it. Well, must have been auto-saving. Because we have that one up there, so if we could kind of push that one up a little bit, that might be better. But there's really nowhere to put it on the side of town, and we really do need it. Oh, man. I wonder, okay, I think what we're going to do is actually we're going to wait on this high school over here, and we're actually going to replace that one over there. Because I don't like how close these are together. We might still do a park over here, but I really don't like how close it is to this one. I think if anything, we would build a high school that's going to be on this side of town, because this is where we're going to start doing some major residential before too long. And, oh yeah, these buildings over here, these are what are going to go into downtown. I kind of was just laying everything out, just kind of putting everything around of what I wanted to put where. So I'll go over that in a little bit. But yeah, we're going to wait on that. Let's actually... Do we want to put a park over here? I think this kind of fits a park if we wanted to. Or we could just do a nice, gentle, curved road and just do more residential. which may not be a half bad idea either. That common thing, do we want to build, or do we want to build recreation, or do we want to build housing? I think a nice curved road like that, and then putting some housing down in here would actually look pretty good. This area has changed like 3 times now. So we could do a little something like this. How does that work? That's pretty good. That'll allow some pretty decent housing in there. So it's not perfect. It looks a little... it actually looks quite a bit out of place, but... You know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. Because it's right next to the railroad tracks. It's kind of an iffy area, so it kind of makes sense for it to be a little iffy itself. Okay, so let's go replace this one up here that I wanted to. We can almost put a... Oh, what? We just have grid. Is that coming off of that? I guess we could try zoning some housing and see if something builds off of this road. But it feels like one of those bugs where that grid just never goes away. Okay, so we're going to replace this one. So unfortunately, this road's going to have to go. And probably a lot of these houses are going to have to go as well. Let's go into the education. I think it's over here. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. This is the one I want to put down. So let's actually turn this off. So do we want it facing that way? Well, we need to get some parking around back too. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that so it'll actually face off of this road. So it's nothing great, it's nothing beautiful, but it'll work for what we need. This house just sitting over there, no big deal. I'm thinking actually coming off of this road right to there, and then we can actually do, because you know everything in this needs parking. It's actually gonna be a fairly small parking lot, because like what I'm thinking is like this will be one that most of the kids get bussed into, so it's not gonna be anything grand. Yeah, let's go and do 2 of those, and then possibly see if we can cut that with this right here. No, you're not gonna let that happen. What if we redid it like that? That doesn't look half bad. Wish there was an easier way to do cul-de-sacs and turnaround points at the end of those roads, but aside from that, it's not terrible. What are these buildings doing here? Huh. I'm gonna actually delete these. I want those to redevelop. What is this store that we have here? Right next to the... What is that? I'm not sure. Right next to the high school, but that's all good. Okay, so one of the big things, of course, is going to be making sure that this has water, which of course it does not. So let's actually run water up here. And should we start running it this way? It's going to be a little off. We could start building the grid, but I really don't want to. So let's just do it like this, maybe up to this road. At least for this area. Nope, that was a little off. Okay. And come up this road, why not? And then we could connect these across the top. Not really needed, but you know, oh well, it looks like crap. But we don't really see it that much, so if you don't see it, it doesn't exist, or no one knows. That's good. I think I'll come back and put some barriers around that, and that'll be pretty good. So unfortunately, we scrapped that idea, but it's okay for now. It'll be okay. None of these parking lots are getting filled. Not even close to what I thought it would. Oh well. I'm thinking of possibly... Is this a stoplight here? Yeah, it is. Okay. I was thinking of possibly bringing a road down here and actually just putting a little bit of housing right here. I think I mentioned that before, but not 100% sold on that idea yet. I kind of look at it in my head, and I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty good, but then it's like, I don't know. We'll mess around with that. Okay, so the next... What was the next thing I was wanting to work on here? Really just expanding this out. Oh, downtown, yes. So this is kind of the buildings I've kind of laid out that I want to put in downtown for now. So I really didn't want to get anything too extreme. So I wanted mainly one building that was going to be the extreme, like, you know, especially in a city of this size. Usually you'll find like one tall building, and the rest will just kind of be, you know, middle office towers. You know, nothing too extreme. So I figure we'll have this tall one, and we have a little bit of a tall one over there, and then we'll have some of these over here. I believe this one is the Coca-Cola building. Yes, it is. So we have that. We have this one, which is actually at a slight angle. It kind of looks similar to the Coca-Cola. The windows are a little bit slimmer, and it's actually kind of tweaked a little bit, which is interesting. We have, I think that's the CenturyLink building right there, which I don't even think they still exist. And then we have USA Bank here. I guess we're going to put this one down too. That's an office building? That is an office building. So what I'm thinking is that we're actually going to build kind of where this is. So it'll be between, so it'll be in this area of these split roads over here. And actually I want to move this one around a little bit. So this is the split road. Do I want them in the middle or do I want them on the outsides? I'm thinking, does that not fit anymore? Oh, is that square off or something? Am I missing something here? Is there something there? I don't know. So we'll put that there. Now in terms of, so let's actually delete this one. Actually, this is not complaining anymore. We're about to delete it, and it's actually not complaining at us anymore. We'll replace that with either some zoning or another building. We haven't quite figured out yet. Let's auto, and there we go. Let's take the tallest building here. Let's see here. Where do we want to put this exactly? Does it not fit? Is one of those squares off, or is it just the way it's turned? I think it's just the way it's turned. Do we want it like off of that road? I want it kind of close to the freeway, but I don't want it really close to that side of town if we can help. It's all just a balancing act of the way to make it look. So that's the middle road. What I'm thinking is actually replacing a couple of those squares with a little bit of nice space. So if we did that one there, that actually looks pretty good. If we can get down to ground level. No, not working with me today. Alright, well, just take my word for it that it looks pretty decent. Let's just kind of, let's take a look here. So we have a little bit of a skyline starting here, which is nice. It's actually going to bring a lot of housing demand and probably kill the any hope for the oil industry to come in here, which I guess is a terrible thing. It doesn't take up the full square. That's interesting. I almost feel like that one needs to be in the middle. Kind of actually feel like it does. Let's put it in the middle, and then I think I'll do surface painter around the outside. We could do the sidewalks, but that never works out well. Never looks right. Okay, so we have that. That one's actually quite tall. Did we already put the tall building in there, I believe. I haven't really been deleting these as we go, but oh well. This is just a nice square building. This should be pretty easy to find a spot, is it? It's actually just one square, which is actually cool. Should we put this one in the middle as well? I'm thinking maybe putting two of these next to each other. See what that looks like. Oh, okay. Maybe at a slight, just, yeah, that actually, well, actually, you don't look at it too closely. I don't know actually if I like that or not. Let's see, I can't delete it. Oops, wrong button. What if we did kind of opposite corners and then maybe did some parking? Oh, they're getting caught up on themselves. Oh, you're probably going to get deleted anyways, so let's delete you. I don't even know why I placed it down when I got another one right here. I was all afraid I was going to lose it, and yet I'm not. So if we did that, and maybe we did a plaza in one of the spots, and then maybe, well, maybe we could do a plaza or a fountain in both of the spots. Yeah, that might actually work. Okay. This one kind of feels like it needs to go along the edge. So if we did that, that works out pretty well. I think it's starting to look pretty good here. So we got our little cluster of taller buildings as you will typically find. We already did that one. We haven't done the Coca-Cola building yet. Where do you want to put this guy? Wow, it fits in there. Not very well, though, I will say. Not very well. So that's the middle, that's the outside. So yeah, we're going to kind of stick to this avenue. Where is the Coca-Cola sign? So, oh, it's actually on both sides. Okay. Is it on all sides? It is on all sides. All right. Well, that does sound like typical Coca-Cola fashion right there. All right. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's put this slight off one down there as well. Where should this one go? Doesn't fit in there. Again, it doesn't take up a full square, but I kind of feel like possibly that's pretty good. I think that works pretty good. Wish I could get like this down to the street level. There we go. Oh wow. Yeah, we're definitely got to do some work on this, but that's actually pretty incredible. That actually looks really awesome. Definitely like how this is going, so yeah, I think we'll end up, I might do some of the detailing off camera, and then we'll continue this in the next episode. I think we still have a couple buildings to put over there, possibly, I think the US Bank. Let's see if we can find a place for this real quick. Kind of want this one to be in the middle. Maybe facing the way that people would be driving down here. Then we can come back and touch that up. We might put some bushes and green space around it just to make it look nice. And I'm thinking about knocking out a couple of these squares and maybe putting some parking garages down over here, because we're definitely going to need the parking. So, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out all the other videos I do on this channel. And as always, thanks for watching.